looting. This is absolutely disheartening. Where is Liberia going? You go to the old people, they're stealing. You come in the middle, they're stealing. You go to the young people, they're stealing. You go to the women, they waste it. Where are we going? Carlos Timber Addison, this young man who was forced on the ministry by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Madam Sarah, has turned the Department of Mines into tax collection center. Are you getting me? Former chairman now collect own tax bureau in the Ministry of Mines, folks. So the man say you got to pay tax. What? Everybody will pay their own duplex by fire by force. So the man say the Minister of Mines will doing put my tax officer, can you pay? You pass. Right? Tax collection center for his personal benefit. He has assigned all of his family members into those productive mining districts to report to him on a daily basis. Collecting one of the brothers, Robert Wape, who is not an employee of the Ministry of Mines and Energy, is currently in Sino County raising money for him. Wow. Mr. President, all of the yellow machines that are working throughout the entire country, he has folks who are collecting 1,000 US dollars every month for him. He has a fellow in his office called Lasana Kane. Are you listening? Carlos Tengbe Allison, the yellow machine. So it is the Class C that they can allow Class B operations to take place. So the violation already. So you send people there now, all the machines that they have, right, pretending to be doing Class C mining, they pay $1,000 every month. So imagine in the mining district, $1,000 Carlos Tengbe Allison, and volunteers are collecting from him on a monthly basis. This allegations is coming from within. So what have stopped the ministry or the president's office from investigating this? Right? Who knows where Carlos shares the proceeds? Who he shares the proceeds with? Because somebody must give him the confidence to be brave to do this thing. Could Carlos be associated with some of the president's children? Right? Anything is possible. Who goes out to collect Minister Carlos' illegal monies? Assistant Minister Carlos has for himself currently 15 kekes, which his brother-in-law turned Neil Brownell, who worked at the Ministry of Health, right? The birth certificate session. He has 2 condominiums. Oh, Carlos Queso. He is renting 2 big shops owned by former Minister Percy Yeke, where he and his wife sells a wholesale of hair center, a very big salon located on the GSA Road Junction, and a mini boutique. There's a boutique, there's a salon at GSA Road Junction. If that's the salon they're talking about that Carlos own, they're not play. Yeah.
Which side?
Across the road, there's a gas station on there. They have stores there. There's a salon. Yeah. So probably we need to understand the money thing here.
It's a nice place.
Yeah. Minister Carlos is using this position to enrich himself, forgetting to know that he was appointed to serve his people. The Deputy Minister for Operation, will come to that one, William S. Hines, have his office boys who collecting monies from miners and mining agents, which he is aware of. Months back, we arrested some Chinese folks from the southeast and brought them to the Ministry of Mines and Energy. Unfortunately for us, Minister Hines sent his driver and his boys, Samuel T.K. Wilson, Levi Sendolo, and Papi Pebe, to carry all of their cars to his house on the Roberts Field Highway and collected a huge amount of money from them. Mr. President, we cannot be sleeping in butches, working hours, riding motorbikes for 3 to 4 hours, making sure that minors take licenses, and we have a few ministers enriching themselves. We are afraid to come out to the public to speak because we are going to be targeted. It's now time you change the entire leadership at the Ministry of Mines and Energy because we didn't vote for these kinds of wicked behavior from Minister Pay and his likes. Mr. President, please don't be fooled by the beautiful reports you receive from them and the renovation of those buildings. Plenty nasty things are going on there. We are not performing our duties because too much interference from these three guys. Minister Wilmot JP isn't ready to change the ministry if he continues working with these guys. Do you know whether Pay is getting his kickback? Pay suffered too much in the time. Pay suffer.
I think he got suspended before from the Unity Party.
Oh yeah, he even
got
resigned,
expelled,
left,
yeah, I think.
and went to PLP, and then because the hardship and poverty were too many pay, so PLP men had lose money, pay collect small, make it very experimental. So, but any which way, Mr. President, please don't be fooled, okay, by the report. These actions represent a blatant misuse of power and a gross violation.
I think our live feed has started. Imagine it started on Undo Us.
Correct. People always are putting the comments. And a gross violation of the trust that the citizens of Liberia have placed in their leaders. This is not only tarnishing, or this does not only tarnish the reputation of the Ministry of Mines and Energy, but also sets a dangerous precedent that may encourage further corrupt practices. Such behavior directly undermines the government's commitment to transparency, accountability, and the lawful management of our nation's mineral resources. We, the concerned mining agent, stand firm in our commitment to uphold ethical standards and promote the responsible management of Liberia's rich resources. We believe that the activities of these high-ranking officials not only jeopardize our national resources, but also hinder the progress and development we strive to achieve, especially in terms of attracting foreign investment and ensuring equitable benefit sharing among all Liberians. We implore you, Mr. President, to take immediate and decisive action to investigate these allegations and address the corruption that threatens the very framework of our ministry. We ask that you exercise your authority to ensure that a thorough inquiry is conducted and that those found guilty of these unscrupulous practices are held accountable. The people of Liberia deserve a mining sector that operates with integrity, transparency, and respect for the rule of law. We urge you to stand with us in fighting against corruption and restoring the public faith in our mining sector. We are ready to provide any further information and collaborate in any investigatory effort needed to resolve this critical issue. Thank you for your attention to this urgent matter, and we remain hopeful for your swift and corrective action. Signed, sincerely, your CMA, Concerned Mining Agents. And this is CC, the American Embassy, the European Union, the Swedish Embassy, the senators, the Liberian Senate, the House of Representatives, and the media. So we get our own CC copy. Our CC copy we're using to. But look, folks, this is alarming. And I like a particular point that the guys raised about the president not being fooled by the report, the beautiful reports they sent. And I agree with them 100%. We said that time over number. These guys are deceiving President Baka in their different cabinet meetings. When they go there, they will bamboozle the old man with beautiful literatures, while of course actually they are stealing from the country. So they've all understood that the way to grab the old man, just make sure you raise some money, you pin your own bidding, you send a picture to him, the before and after. Once you show Baka the before and after, so in Baka mind, you're making progress. So any other violation and stealing that happening, he cares
and
less.
ensure that at least every week you release a deeming statement about George Weah administration. Good. You good. So the thing is, there are things that the government is supposed to be paying attention to, but the government isn't paying attention. I will look at all of these things. These are all of the things that are happening for which Liberians are being are getting disenchanted. These are all of the things that are happening for which the country is becoming difficult because people who should be in positions and behave responsible and implement what the law says are not doing so. They are doing it. They are there implementing what their pockets want. So once you continue to do these things, you suppress the greater majority of the population, and what is supposed to go to the greater part of the population will not be going to them. Instead, it will be going to an individual. So institutions, companies, and businesses that got Liberians under their employ, they will not be able again to maintain those Liberians under their employ, but instead they will be compelled to get rid of them. And so once you continue to suppress businesses, continue to receive kickbacks, and try to sideline other people and try to sideline businesses in your quest to maybe build a friendship or get something from somebody else, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be creating a more unemployment rate than creating jobs, because those people that you are suppressing today, those people that you are going at, those people that you circumventing the laws against or in for are people who do not have the interest in our country. Imagine what is happening. Listen to what Abu just read. Listen to that. People are being compared. The government, the Ministry of Mines and Energy is a very strategic sector of our country. The Ministry of Mines and Energy, if care and attention is given to that ministry, and you put somebody who got the country, a country at heart, Abu, that sector is able to ensure that Liberians, the unemployment rate in our country, reduce drastically. You know how many minerals we got in our country? You know how many companies are here exploiting? How many individuals just wake up in the morning and call one minister, giving something and take machines and put it in our waters around here and start to get our minerals out? All these things are happening. Liberians are out of jobs because the people who are supposed to do the right thing, they are not doing the right thing. And that's the fight. People who are given the power to serve in our country feel that they are more responsible to the political party that they came from, or the person who employed or appointed them, than the country. So even when the country is bleeding, Liberians are crying, things are not normal. No, they care about you and I feeling. They care about how we feel about this administration.
That's correct. So, folks, this is it. If no corruption has moved you since the inception of this reckless government, you have to get shaken by this. This is about the future. This is about our natural endowment. For a few men to think that they can exploit that to serve themselves. And these are illicit operations. And technically, in illicit arrangements, the one who's bribing you, right, benefits more. It's like we suffer more. You understand? You would think you are getting 15 before the Chinese agent or the Chinese miner give you $15,000.
They know that
That Chinese miner knows that he is exploiting over $200,000 that you are not aware of because you are collecting bribe. So you will not take your time to do a full evaluation of what is the danger that's happening. So, and the bribe will always prevent you from doing due diligence. And in the absence of due diligence, you will not uncover what is actually, important or needed for the country. You're compromising taxes, right? And you're aiding and abetting the depletion of our state resources without any benefit. Look at the conditions in our hospitals. You think if minors are acting legally and paying their fair share, and Liberia is getting even 30% of its natural resources in this country, right? You think we'll have these issues? We'll have these problems? No. So why we now need to start questioning, why do people seek public office? It has to be clear. Do they seek public office to solve problem, or they seek public office to enrich themselves? And the latter seems like the answer. So normally, people who you hear loud advocating, chastising, imagine Carlos Timber, when they organize, they bring back our money, they save the state protest. That is the guy we are talking about, Carlos Timber. After protesting for save the state, right? After saving the state in his mind, he comes to steal from the state according to his very miners, his very agents under his supervision. The miners are crying that, look, we are suffering in the butchers, we are in the cold, we leave our families, we come here contributing and serving our country, running after illegal people, only to find out that few people sitting in Monrovia and are collecting bribes. Liberians, this is damning. And this report, this complaint has been on the president's desk since August. Who took the minors, the concerned agent letter from President Boubacar desk? Who has ensured that Boubacar takes no action on this matter?
You want the president to hear about that?
Because it's a whole network. It's a whole network. Boubacar, this was a colossal error. Big headable error made. Boubacar just sitting down there and the children just knocking around, passing the fingertip, one report, nice people together in Mr. Brett. Then you sit down, oh, we are making sure. What happening in the country? Zero. Boubacar is aware of zero going on around him. In fact, you have a man there laying down again in Dallas where they putting some needle in him. So this is the problem. You have a president that's 360 degrees away from the realities. And the boys are stealing. The boys have compromised everything. Look at the number of Chinese in our bush. Go to the southeast, the mining districts, the mining community. Go and see the number of Chinese. About 80% of the Chinese miners in this country here are operating illegally. But we have a Ministry of Mines and we have women pay as the minister there. Somebody make it make sense. We are in trouble. They continue to make it seem like, oh, this is a CDC and UP rivalry that got to continue. Elections are over every day. Why is the government too interested in always keeping the nation focused on CDC and making CDC a subject? And they're not telling us about what is happening. You have a government that spends all of the time attacking opposition, insulting people around here, and reports on no progress. The nation knows about nothing that's happening. Attacking and going after political rivals, right? You've targeted Simeon Freeman. You've targeted John Uboti. You're not targeting Musa Ability. Your own Liberians. I thought Mr. President is already creating an environment where you have multiple Liberian millionaires. Today, what are you doing? You are weakening the Liberian private sector. You're weakening the Liberian private sector. Go to the Ministry of Finance. When Liberian businesses get contract or government, they perform, they go, they take money from the bank, they perform. To pay the people, you got to take 15%. How are Liberian businesses going to grow and compete with the foreigners? How are they? You're weakening them. You're subjecting them to illegal 15% at the Ministry of Finance under Gafon. These are the kind of money Gafon and his people are taking from business people, companies, particularly Liberian companies. If you do it for Gele, your payment will be there. Let somebody come say we're lying. Let somebody come say we're lying. Folks, the country is going down. Baka finish spoil the country. That's why you don't let it hear, but I true. Baka destroy the country. This man saying he became president, let you show all one thing you don't do for yourself. What you say, yeah, they won't hear. Nobody get connection to it. That my own massive capital project here. That no matter how your spoil my government want to leave, when any Liberian see they want, they will remember they need Joseph Baka. There will be no conflict. There will be nobody saying, oh no, that the other person started it, the other person did it. No. Where is it? Chicken soup factory roll. Where is the chicken soup factory roll? Hey, Baka, even chicken soup factory roll you can complete in 2 years. And you call yourself a man who has come to change this country. But let's take course and then we'll wait our guests.
I want to check to see what they are.
Right? This is it. Just before we announce the numbers, just so you know. Letter from Saclay PA, Lofa and Nimba counties, the tale of two leadership. It's written by Musa Hassan Belete, district number 7, Nimba County representative. As I reflected on Liberia this morning, I saw a story of leadership unfold before my eyes, a tale of two counties. A tale of two counties, Lofa and Nimba. In Lofa County, we have a president whose instinct for tribal politics is well known. His instinct for tribal politics is well known. Everybody knows. Even the late Charles Walker Bromsky said it. Even dependable nephew who has now gone to his soldier, you go to Henry Costa Facebook page. He has deleted all his posts about Joseph Walker. We don't know yet, but something cooking. What is cooking? We don't know, but something is cooking. He has cleansed his page of all of the gibberish and lies he used to tell about my Uncle Joe. I'll comment my Uncle Joe, comment, you know, all that comment. We all should wait for what coming next. But even Costa himself admitted that the man is a tribalist. So Musa is not making news on the one. This one is known to everybody. And that's what he said. It's well known. Many, including myself, have often said that his politics is tribalistic. This is true. Yet, in this case, he has used that instinct to his advantage. He has made it a strength to cement his hold over his home county. Lofa is one of Liberia's largest counties, rich in population, highly educated, and politically strategic. Despite being opposed by many of Lofa's strongest men and women in both the 2017 and 2023 elections, he managed to win the presidency without their help. And remarkably, once in office, he has brought nearly all of them under his control. I call the Moses Colley. Moses Colley is at the front running. That Lofa call we yell, that Lofa call, that uncle and nephew Bennett. So they're there. Whether one praises or criticizes his methods, one thing is clear. He has consolidated Lofa and secured a unified base behind him. Just east of Lofa lies Nimba County, my own county, and here the story could not be more different. As Vice President of Liberia, Jeremiah Kun has presided over Nimba in a way that is nothing short of miserable. Instead of uniting his home county, he has sought to divide it. He has discouraged dissent, distanced himself from anyone who dares to show independence, and betray even those who try to work with him. Meeting with him has become a point of suspicion. Those who stand firm, whether Musa Belete, Ide Gonglo, Samuel Koga, or any other Nimbayan, who has shown a strong opinion or even quiet independence, have all been sidelined. Even those who once stood by him have been humiliated and cast aside. For myself, he has targeted not only my political life, but even my business. He has realized that he cannot control me politically, and so he resorts to harassment and intimidation. He even uses local officials like the superintendent to disrespect and denigrate lawmakers. But let me be clear, all of this only strengthens my resolve. Nimba will resist what the vice president is doing to this country. Nimba will stand up to him, and Nimba will speak against his divisive politics. I am proud to lead the charge no matter the cost. And so here are we. Here we are, two counties, two leaders, two outcomes. In Lofa, a president who, despite his flaws and tribal instincts, has managed to consolidate power and unify his people. In Nimba, a vice president who has squandered the trust of his people, divided communities, and turned potential allies into enemy. These are the two tales before us, one of redemption, one of betrayal, and history will judge them accordingly. Folks, this is how your country look today. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call. Do we still have a political party called Liberty Party? Let me take this call. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu Sherry.
Morning.
And good morning to Eda Gunda.
Morning, boss.
Yes, Abu Rasta on the land 4.4 in Zimbabwe. Abu, play the music. Joseph Waka, you BBA. Joseph Waka, you 4-1. Abu, play the music, man.
But
I enjoy the music.
Okay.
You BBA, you 4-1. Look, Abu, let me tell you the aim and objective of the Ministry of Lands and Mines.
Mines and energy. Lands
Mines and energy. Its aim is to promote sustainable resource development, enhance economic growth, and ensure the responsible management of the country's mineral resources. You get it, Abu? But you got one from up here who would not rescue it there today. But I'm going to ask you that different. When the head of the state is rotting, what you expect from the body?
Okay, thanks a lot. Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. 0776 104 104 086 500 104. Shortly we transition to our UL conversation. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Fine, let's hear you. Go ahead, you're live.
The information you're getting
Your background is a little noisy. You want to shift a little bit? Okay, you said the information we are reporting about the Ministry of Mines.
Yes.
Okay.
It's factual.
How do you know it's factual?
That guy get agents to every mining sector.
Do you work with the ministry?
I've been the grandmaster.
Okay.
I got similar information there when I didn't show me the individual that he got there. That collecting it directly from the managers straight to him.
So you're confirming that you have seen it live and you've been there and you've been through it.
Even in the machines around,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to the drill mining and I send machines to the guys and I did. Because they didn't get time to cut out
Okay.
the treatments. They are doing it. They are doing it. Yeah, it's what I fight here.
All right. Thank you very much. So this is it. So you see, Liberians are even aware. So Liberians are there and they're seeing that few people are stealing their natural resources, but they can't do anything. Good morning. Good morning. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Thank you very much. I mean, I think I agree with you. This is stigmatizing for the Kisi, and I hope the next generation will not see it as that because, you know, this is terribly stigmatizing. Good morning.
I'm always calling from district.
Go ahead. They say the people stealing your mineral down there and bribing the ministry people. They say the Chinese people doing illegal mining there, and then of course.
That's the question. That's the question I want to ask now.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to know how is this money getting in Blackwater to call the place open and Mabon. Blackwater district. This money are going on. How is it going? Is it government aware of it? I want people else to know and take a step back to around able to see how the work is going on.
So what you think from what you observe, how you look at that whole thing, the way it's going on, you think it's looking straight to you?
It is not looking straight because the road development is going on to the area and people are getting money, illegal money, or they're slow way spending the money. But when we say talking people and talking people and money on that, we get another companies that are working on that too.
Okay. All right, so we'll join you all to ask too, yeah? You ask the township people, you gotta have meeting too because this thing here it not easy. 0776 104 104 086 500 104. Shortly we will transition, but these are very, 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 very disturbing revelations. The mining sector, the number of yellow machines that are in this country, particularly the southeast, if we just pull all of them out for in this butch or these butches, right? You will hold your head, you say, oh, Labra Fini for Chuchu. So, hello, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That color is not ready, so let's take you. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead, you're live.
Yeah, this is Amadou person calling from Kagam City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my bro, Abu, thank you for the show, my bro. You know, the hungry man, the angry man, always a hungry man. The young party boy, it was down to show. So the all their lives, they are taking together in order to come to power in order to shoot on other people. This is what happened in the campaign. This one is showing that in which they ambition to come to chief on the but they are the last two up. But however, whatever they're trying to now, thank you for the show, my brother.
Okay, so let me take for the first time Maurice Sayer. You calling to participate on the show?
Good morning, Abu. I'm calling to participate on the show.
Go ahead, you're live.
Okay, I've called this morning to. I'm very disturbed that the government, the entire government, the police, that concentrate on running after opposition, that a deputy minister in government allegedly rape a 14-year-old girl, a 14-year-old girl. Till today, that man has not been taken to any police station for questioning. He's still moving around. And I wonder, where are the so-called women advocates who were marching in the streets here for advocating for women, for young women? Is that 14-year-old girl not a woman? Is she not a Liberian? Does she not deserve to be advocated for? I mean, the social society actors who were around here pretending, political actors, but were using civil society organizations that were advocating, where are they?
Who are some of the women you're talking about?
Abu, I'm not going to name people, but we know them. These people, we know them. You know that some of them.
But you won't call them out now. Sometimes it's important you call people out.
No, it's important, but this is something that is hurting me. This is something that is hurting our country. I want to appeal to the conscience of the police director. You don't need an order from the president to effect arrest on an alleged rapist. A deputy minister, a whole deputy minister who allegedly raped a 14-year-old girl, that man should be behind bars now. But everybody is that late. The Council of Churches, the National Imam Council. I mean, these people were advocating around here.
The Imam Council is on board. You're working in government now, so you can be in government.
Yeah, but the Council of Churches president is also working on a board.
Yeah, but it applies, but it's in government now, so they gotta wait for the team. They gotta wait for the team.
That means they should relinquish one of the positions.
No, that one a different debate. So you're telling the man to leave. So who will put food on the man too?
So then why you want for people to advocate? These people advocating.
But y'all will not get jobs. Y'all be advocating. The people protecting their job.
Abu, this is wrong.
Yeah, but don't say
it was wrong yesterday. It should be wrong today.
All right, Maurice. Thank you very much. Anyway, there's a particular reason why I decided that, we'll keep that conversation for tomorrow. So we'll argue that the weekend. So get your Monday. Come Tuesday. Then we'll have a beautiful breakfast. Yeah, it is. But you see, the reason why, when you're calling your religious organization leadership in that organization, so when you're calling that, you have to say you're with. Because once upon a time, especially the Imam Council president or chair, the man said clearly that for him, he has the earphone. So you're expecting him to use the microphone, you'll forget it. Basically, you're trying to say he's not going to advocate anymore. If days of advocacy finish, he get an ear now. So once he has the ear of the president, those of you who don't have the ear of the president, make use of the microphone. I think basically this is what it should interpret to all of us as, right? So the Council of Churches president, he has been a good supporter of Mr. Boakai and the rescue agenda. So probably they think and feel and maintain that this is the government they made. So they can be seen as opposing, even though they will be advocating for justice, but they interpret that as, opposing to their own government. But this is not the first time that these things has happened. Tatos Pakara and other civil society people have released different data about the wave. Once upon a time, I read something from New Narrative, an investigative report on the number of Liberian underage that are into sex slavery in the country. The upsurge. The government is not paying attention. These things are not alarming to your so-called women advocates anymore that are wearing the blacks here. So the degree of hypocrisy and, of course, selective and, objectivity in this country is responsible for why we are down. So we can all blame shift. Look at critical people and cast expression on them and call them name and attack particular professional group of people and try to blame shift. Whenever the state is failing, this is what happened. People will start to shift blame. Oh, that a journalist then. Oh, another group say that a lawyer then. No, but the center is now holding. So at the end of the day, we all ignore our own contribution to the floor and start to look for. So we are looking for we are the problem, but we are looking for the problem somewhere else. When you see lawyer calling journalists mercenary journalists. Then you come to think about why are the court system the way they are? That journalists running the courts? Are there journalists dispensing justice? Right? When you look at law enforcement officers casting expression on journalists, are we journalists the one that enforce the law? We look at lawmakers casting expression on journalists. Are we the lawmakers? Are we the one feeling on the duties and responsibility of check and balance or oversight? Are we the one feeling on the oversight duties? So these technical and critical questions needs to be answered. Look, I am a defender of this profession, and I believe no woman is going to sit in the comfort of his profession to cast expression on journalism. I do not need to agree to a condescending opinion about the work journalists do and the contributions we make, right, to validate myself. And I see some journalists sometimes who fall for these things. Absolutely not. Every sector, every industry has its own bad apple, but you can't cast expression on a noble profession when in fact your own sector is responsible. You know how many families are thrown out of their homes and they are left homeless because of poor judgment, poor lawyering, irresponsible lawyers' advices that are leading this country to serious chaos. And you come here with all due respect, with all the disappointment. Look at the Capitol, the scene at the Capitol building. It exposed how corrupt the lawyering profession is in Liberia. Look at opinions. Look at lawyers, trained lawyers, right? Thwarting and misinterpreting the Supreme Court's opinion that in the country it happened. Gonglo didn't say anything about that one because we have men with the bravery, the courage, and the fortitude to speak truth to power. Look at politicians and call them out. And you think you can micromanage people? You say, oh, you think when you use words, then somebody will get it free? We are not. The journalism of yesteryears are long over, where you think you can just micromanage a handful of people and all they got to do wear BB share, pull imprint to their pockets and go for press releases, and that's it. No, we're providing pertinent analysis on issues. You politicians will call you out. You steal from the Liberian people, will call you criminals. And that's what we do. If you feel what we're doing, it's not within the perimeters of our ethical boundaries, go to court. We always challenge you, go to court. This is a country of law. If you think a journalist's performance, your journalist took money, right, to say what they're saying, go to court and prove it. You don't just make, outlandish accusation and cast expression when you lawyers are among the lead criminals in this country, undermining the democratic fabric. But anyway, that's a whole different conversation for another day. So this is the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. So let's take this break with Crime Stopper. When we come back, we talk to Josh Tengbe. He's from the Adjunct Faculty Association of the University of Liberia. And so they have a dissenting opinion on the Faculty Association's position. This break, and we'll be right back.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Really can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a human target, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. I'm about to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it.
Okay, folks, welcome back to the final lap of the conversation here on Freedom 87.9. This morning, we're going to talk the University of Liberia. We have Mr. Josh Tengbe in our studio already. Sometime while we are on, we will speak with the Secretary General of SUP, and of course the chairman of PROSA. So they are all in the back, and we'll join them to also share their perspective on the happenings at the University of Liberia this morning. George, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. It's an honor again to be here in your cozy studio.
Okay. Yeah. Now not as Stan, but as
sure, definitely not in the position as the Secretary General for STEM, but as the Assistant Secretary General for the adjoint faculty.
You like this Secretary General thing? You must be a good writer.
I think it's more like an administrative position. So once you are good with administrative proceedings and good at research, and you understand how to proceed with issues and compose them, people will be chasing after you. Yeah,
And everybody chasing after each other to be Secretary General.
I can say everybody, but for the few areas that I found myself, the few groupings and organizations, people are happy with the kind of work that I do, and people are willing to maintain me for now. But of course, in life, everybody wants to keep going upright. So
you all are part-time lecturers,
of course,
particularly assisting the professors themselves. But you have sharply disagree with the professors that you're supposed to be helping. Make that make sense. Adjunct lecturer disagreeing with the faculty when the faculty have said that we have issues and we are laying down our chalks and suspending all academic activities, and you adjunct professors or lecturers are saying no, we do not stand by that. We'll go ahead. Talk to us about that.
So,
do you have the legitimate ground to do so?
Yes, we do. So first, let me try to create some little correction. We are not teacher assistants to the full-time faculties.
Okay.
We are not assisting them in a classroom as their deputies. No.
But you're filling gaps.
Thank you. We are filling the gaps because they don't have the workforce to conclude the workload at the campuses of the University of Liberia.
So you go there to help them to conclude.
So on that note, we were called on board to support the teaching activities of the University of Liberia and not faculty members.
To support the faculty?
No, to support the agenda, the teaching agenda of the University of Liberia. Now, I say this to say because...
Are you independent of the faculty? Is that what you're saying?
As we speak now, we are fully independent. And that is the reason why we have been coming up with our own position, fighting our own fight, calling things in order to benefit us. So the issue is, now, we want to be clear, firstly. We don't have issue with offer. That's something that should be very clear. We don't have issue with offer. Offer wrote a letter, a press statement on August 29.
Okay.
And I will read for you just the first sentence. Press statement for immediate release. The University of Liberia Faculty Association, Incorporated, convene an emergency general assembly for full-time faculty on Friday, August 29, 2025 at 11 a.m. on Capitol Hill. Now, that clearly tells you that emergency general assembly for full-time faculty. Now, if you go on to read the end of the conversation, it clearly states that all of the issues they raised about sanitation, about wages, about benefit when the going on study leaves or when coming from, all of these things are, subscribing to them. The only thing that basically,
so sanitation doesn't subscribe to you.
That is the reason why I said the only thing.
Salary delays doesn't subscribe to you.
They did not say adjunct faculty salary delay for adjunct faculty.
It's a general salary delay.
No, they say full-time faculty.
But full-time faculty. So the issue, the cost is salary delay. Are your salaries not delay?
So the issue is in this press release, they did not clearly mention us adjunct faculty, even though they are aware that we have been struggling and fighting and crying with the university for them to pay us for over 7 months. Now, thankfully, the president of the university, this is the reason why we keep saying she is a listening president, so we should go to dialogue. Now, she has listened to us, called us to meetings, upon meetings. We have discussed with the board of trustees, and we can say to you that 50% of our salary was disbursed. Maybe only 2% of the workforce of the adjunct faculty did not receive that first 50%. But then in this new week, we received communication from Toga, who is from the controller department at the University of Liberia, that the remaining 50% of adjunct faculty members will be paid this week. And as we speak, members from...
Was that a precondition to your position?
Of course. That was not just free. That was the first one.
Okay, so when they pay you, and that's how you issue the statement to back off from the go slow.
Because the issue of our plight, the issue of our concerns are being discussed. We also have other issues, but we know that they are not issues that can be settled in the shortest possible time. We know these are long-term issues. The issue of transition, where we know among us there are adjunct faculty members about that got PhD.
No, we're not questioning your qualifications.
No.
But we're saying you took money.
No, I just
because your salaries were paid, right? 50% of your salaries were paid. That's why you issue a press statement, right? Distancing yourself from the faculty association, a suspension of academic activities. Is that correct? Was that fair?
I think it was fair. How can it not be fair when my major plight has been discussed? When the short-term plight has been discussed?
Wasn't that selfish?
How can it be selfish?
There's a general concern on the university campus.
So
because you get paid, you ignore the rest of the others.
Which others?
The faculty, the student has been raising issue.
The student has been raising issue, and those issues have been talked about. 1 million.
But they have not been addressed, have they?
No. Then let's try to be objective in the conversation. 1 million was requested by the president of the University of Liberia.
Okay.
To solve problems, the issues of renovation, and pay other departments for the health and hygiene situation to be settled at the university campus, right?
Has that been settled?
It has been worked on, but that money was not provided to the University of Liberia. Who got the money? You're going to Ministry of Finance. Now, I will not go into that conversation. And that was one of the major reasons why SU, OSU, and PROSA and other, student-based organizations have been coming to the president's office saying, please, you need to do the right thing. This and that needs to be done extra. See, now, the Ministry of Finance, and that was just confirmed by Toga of the computer office at the University of Liberia, that the Ministry of Finance has disbursed to them a total of, I think, over 71 million Liberian dollars. That release is out, is even on Front Page Africa website. So that issue can be able to settle salaries, like, for adjunct faculties and other issues, and still the remaining 550,000 requested by the University of Liberia president, if provided, will cover almost all the other issues that she talked about referring to renovation. So the problem not been solved. I did not been discussed. I will tell you for free, 2 days ago on the University of Liberia campus, there were trucks there trying to settle the sewage system. So issues are being solved. So why can't we go to class when issues are being solved? Now, the whole reasoning I don't understand is simple. The University of Liberia belongs to the government of Liberia.
Okay.
In the event that the government say school should be open, or the university say we want to open school, and then those classes, according to those groupings that are requesting for the right thing to be done, and they are not being done, but the university say and supported by the government, classes should open. Are you then saying if the government recommend maybe y'all go to D12 high school or all classes for this section that affects this building, y'all go to William Viet High School? Are you saying the students will not go there to go to school? So are you saying that?
Are you saying they should go there?
Of course, because the issue is for school to reopen and students should attend classes. So why should they not go to school? I just don't get that reasoning. So government institute policies and programs to support these things. So if they are coming up, then we also we should be there to teach our.
So we have a recording from I believe one of the professors or member leadership member of the University Liberia Faculty Association. He appeared on OK. So just listen to a bars of his conversations about this you just talked about, and then let me hear your response.
Adjunct. Let me read to derail the advance.
We don't know that group. We just heard about that group recently. And the next thing, you see, Julius, when professional.
He is a member of the Faculty Association. So you're asked by Julius on his show. His first statement was that they do not know your group, the Adjunct Faculty Association. Just came out, just go a little bit.
Some people are doing things and other people try to put politics in it. Then you try to increase the tension. We got to know that this group was acknowledged by the University Library Authority when the board invited us for meeting yesterday. In fact, one of the things that happened was that this is a group that was organized by somebody in the UR administration. What they did with the group was that while we were calling for the payment.
Talking about that, were you organized by UR administrator? How old is the Adjunct Faculty Association University?
The Adjunct Faculty Association.
Newly formed?
No, not newly formed. They existed before. They had a name called the Concerned, Part-Timers Association. But then at that time, those that
were not recognized.
No, whether they were not recognized, I do believe they were recognized, because if they were not recognized,
they didn't meet record there to show that they were recognized.
Of course, we then asked questions, and we got to know that the former president of the University of Liberia, Nelson, recognized them, called them in, had conversations with them, solved some of their problems at the time. But sadly, we got information that those people who were pushing the agenda and interest of the Adjunct Faculty members got employed by Nelson during that time, and then given that the transition to the full-time employees.
So it dissolved. So whatever organization they had dissolved.
And then people did not see the sustainable growth of the Adjunct Faculty, so they just felt weak about it, and the situation of Adjunct got closed. But now this is a different journey.
And you just started this one.
And no, so I want to erase that conversation that it just started. Adjunct Faculty Association.
No, but you just said the one that was existing now, because other were enrolled into the main faculty, so they abandoned. So basically, the activity ceased. So now you all have initiated a whole new one. Let's agree with that.
So we didn't initiate a new one. We redeveloped, revamped, re-energized the positions of Adjunct Faculty by creating a new situation where members now can see reasons why this should be a sustainable fight. This should be a situation that will present the price of Adjunct Faculty continuously. This will not end even if members of Adjunct Faculty gets full-time employment.
And when the reintegrated Adjunct Faculty Association got approved by the university authority.
Sorry,
When? Yeah.
when did it get approved?
Approved.
But the first thing I would say to you is, at the University of Liberia, no group need to go to the representative registry and go register yourself. That is a clear thing.
No, but the approval mechanism on the campus. I know for student organization, you gotta go to student affairs.
You need to write a letter, submit your leadership structure, submit your policies and program and plans, how you intend to do them, to student affairs, to the president of the university, CC copy, yes, student affairs, and that is the case. And of course, we have done that.
And when you do that, you get a communication.
But if we didn't do that, then I don't think that the president of the university was going to be very interested in meeting with us from the onset. I don't think then the board of trustees was going to call us to a meeting, and I don't think even Eric Parton, who just confirmed that he just got to know the Adjunct Faculty Association through a board of trustees meeting. So I don't think he was going to get that information if we have not been recognized.
So Eric was right in that point.
On which point?
It was in that faculty meeting, that board of trustee meeting, that your Adjunct Faculty Association was approved.
I think he was dead wrong, but the truth is he will ignore the fact that the adjunct faculty issues have been on the campuses of the University of Liberia because he wants to selfishly, proceed that way.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I am surprised that you are mentioning them in your issues, and they are saying no, we're not part of.
So what happened is that they were making noise for them not taking pay for the first semester, and then vacation school added there. This one were coming to our assembly. Somebody organized them.
Who organized it?
I don't know. We even engaged with the New York board. Who is organized? Somebody organized them, and they made their final office. How will they pay them? Their group. So we see them like someone is organizing a rival group to the University Faculty Association. But let me tell you,
by the way, who are the adjunct?
But George, this is the perception of your group, a rival group organized in an event where the faculty association takes a position, and then you come in.
So you think an independent body should always sit back and allow the kings and the queens to eat that baked chicken, and then the bones be left as crumbs for the foot soldiers to eat? Is that how you see it? That is not how we see it. We see it as we being an independent body, fight our own fight.
Okay.
We see it as we go to the board of trustees, have a meeting with them, tell them, hey, these are our fight. 2023, 2024, adjunct faculty members work and they did not receive pay for that semester. Pay them. We go to them, tell them, since February this year, 2025, adjunct faculty work and they didn't receive that pay till now by 100%. Pay us before we go to the classroom. We go to them, tell them, hey, provide us a transition, because we cannot continuously be teaching for over 10 years at the university and then we don't have any means of transitioning to full-time. It doesn't make sense. Are you trying to kill someone's dream? No. So
Eric alleges that you took money to do what you're doing on behalf of the university authority.
I think that is just so desperation by Alex. I think he is just trying to show that he lacks the intellectual, academic position on some issues. The truth is, the University of Liberia administration did not know George Stegman until when? Until George Stegman was appointed Assistant Secretary General. And when did that happen? 2 months ago. How is it possible that the university will create such a situation? How can they call me in to grab me when I'm still chasing them for 50% salary? Think it does not make sense. So
you're working with them.
How can I work with the university? How now? What I don't understand is that students are angry. They want to go teach.
And you're not in solidarity with the students. You seem to be aligning with the university authority.
Students are angry.
A cheerleader of Mapanya. That's what they say. You adjunct faculty members are cheerleader of Mapanya and the administration.
Students are angry. They want to go to the classroom.
But you don't want to talk about that.
Adjunct faculty got issues. Our issues were pushed to the president of the University of Liberia.
Okay.
As we speak.
So why is it only your issue the president is willing to solve and other people are still having their issues?
Because he is a rational person. Because he understands that faculty members at the University of Liberia salary will come to them every month.
Are you indicating that faculty is not being rational in their approach? But you just said she's a rational person.
Meaning she thinks outside of the box. She understands that now this is not a closed secret, it's open.
This is condescending for the faculty.
I would disagree with that. This has been objective and
to say the reason you are being addressed, your issues are being addressed, and not the faculty and the students, is because the president is rational. So what are you saying?
Our issues have not been addressed. I just told
it's being addressed. That's what I said.
It's been addressed.
Okay.
And the issues at the University of Liberia is not squarely on the faculty members. I want them to erase that part. The adjunct faculty makes more than 50% of the teaching faculty. Don't we have blood? Even though we went on campus the very day we went to sign contract, and they told us you people are human beings but without blood.
This is George Tengbeh, the Secretary General of the pro-democracy and of course civil society movement in Liberia stand. Is that correct?
So let me be clear. George Tengbeh was appointed head of secretariat by the chairman of the Solidarity Trust for a New Day for the July 17 enough protest.
You are also a liberal right advocate.
Sorry?
You are no longer in that capacity. That's what you're trying to say.
No, the July 17 enough protest has ended.
So you are no longer in that.
I am a full-fledged member of STEM.
You're no longer the Secretary General.
I support the administrative work of STEM.
Are you still the Secretary General of STEM?
I believe the chairman will make an official announcement in the plan.
So is it program by program? Every program that STEM has, you get a new Secretary General.
It depends on how the procedure.
So the point I'm trying to make with that, with STEM, you're advocating for labor rights, you're advocating for fair wages, people being paid, do you know what they've worked for?
Yeah, am I wrong?
But on the university side, the faculty association think you are contradicting that stand because they are complaining that they've not been paid, they're not getting their due salaries and all that. But you're saying you're taking side with the university authority.
That's not true.
Are you taking side with suppressors?
Now, let's be clear. I keep making this clear. No, there is not a single faculty member. Because all faculty members are full-time employees at the University of Liberia. There is not a single faculty member that will say they have not been paid. I keep telling you, they receive their salary every month. So now the issue is, and which of course I support offer position on that. The issue of sanitation should be solved. The issue of renovating the New York campuses should be solved. And that again, I support SUP and PROSA position on the space. Now, when it comes to issues that affect us directly, offer did not include it in the August 29 press release. So how then do you want us to say that they are in our interest holistically?
Apparently, that was because of that press release. But I can remember some years back, offered the several releases in which they captured people like you. And they in fact, many of those advocacies were about your interest. Why now, especially at this point when there are issues besides the issue of personal benefit like your salary and all of that, the issue of sanitation, the current condition of the campus, all of these things. Why you downplay that, and then your interest because all of these things that have been said, for which they are protesting, your own interest is once you can get a salary, you go back to classes.
So, if the faculty members are at the University of Liberia is coming up with a position statement on sanitation, on we getting benefit, I mean the faculty member of the adjunct, of the employees of the faculty, because they are all employees, saying we want benefit when we go on a study leave. We want programs for us to travel and go to school to improve ourselves. that is for them. All of the issues that raised to affect the university generally, those are issues we from the Action say yes, they are legitimate, they are real, we support it. But every other issue that they talk about concerning themselves, we too have our issues. So we are saying, these are our issues, these are our plans. Now, just recently, 2 weeks ago, the soup men, which of course I believe they also support the sustainable growth and development of at the University of Liberia, because there are some legitimate issues that they raise. And when they came out, they said the president of the university should resign. I was like, okay, let's wait. When the president comes from the Senate, then wait what will be the position of the finance minister. Few days and few weeks later, just last week, SUP came up with their own statement again, asking the finance minister to provide the 1 million or answer to the question of the missing 1 million that the president requested for the renovation of the university. And that day, I said, good, that was the reason why I said let's wait more. And I supported SUP. So I keep saying now,
do you still support them
when they are holistically pushing agendas for the sustainable growth and development of the university? Yes.
They are calling for Mampaya resignation.
And on that note, I had personally George Timber. I would say I don't support SUP on that note. The reason is simple.
Even though Mampaya, according to SUP, for 100 is deliverable, and there are too many structural issues that SUP has raised that Mampaya has not addressed hands on. So all of these in their mind boils down to administrative inefficiency, and they do not believe with Mampaya the objective of the University of Liberia will be achieved. So henceforth, she should resign or be made to leave.
Let me ask you this question. Our president, Joseph Yuma Bwaka, we are almost 2 years in his government, right? Agree?
Of course.
Perfect. And there are a lot of wrong proceedings, bad policies, corruption, disengagement from the actual rescue agenda and mantle. Yet then still, people are saying it is too early to call for the resignation of the president. People are saying that we should give the president at least half of his term, meaning it should go 3 years, and if the developmental agenda or the mantle of the rescue mission is not being followed, then we can say, no, wait.
So you apply the same logic to Mampaya?
That is not just the same logic, but the idea I'm pushing is, this is a president at the University of Liberia.
When the last time the university held graduation?
I moved, but I have not even finished, and you have
go ahead.
The graduation. So the last time that I read the vision and mission of this president, and I closely monitor all the situations, new policies that she's calling to be implemented. Firstly, she wants a total haircut at the University of Liberia.
Did she deliver her 100 days? Even 50%?
I will not speak.
Are you concerned that since she took over, there's not been buses for the students to commute? Do you empathize with the challenges students go through?
Of course. I personally have transported students on the UR campus. I have seen it.
But you still think my parents should be given a chance?
Because
to do what?
Because of the systematic process she's bringing. Once she's calling for haircut, the media and the country, the populace, I would say the people of Liberia are not trying to review the total, systemic change she's calling for.
But why only you seeing the change? We're not seeing the change.
Because people are being blind. She's calling for haircut.
Why the change is on the paper?
No, it's not on paper. It's taking effect. Go to the GSC. She requested the GSC to go and conduct hair count. Many faculty members, whether from the adjunct or full-time employees, many persons are still having issues transforming themselves.
The bathrooms are down. No vehicle, no buses to transport students, and of course the buildings are left unkept.
That is a problem of the Ministry of Finance. They should provide the necessary support the woman requested for when she submitted her fiscal year 2024-2025 budget to the Ministry of Finance. She mentioned that she needed this amount of money to solve the issue. Now, what I want Liberia to sit down and understand is if this president, if she is supported financially by the Ministry of Finance, and she don't do her work, and the money was used for different purposes, and no other issues that she said she was going to solve, they are still there. Then you have issues. Then you have legitimate claims with reasons why she should resign. Until then, I believe we should follow the process of hair count she's trying to conduct. We should follow the process of audits that she is trying to conduct. We should follow the process of credential audits that she also tried to conduct at the campuses of the University of Liberia, because she wants to see that the human resource department is thoroughly, transformed. And that is one of the—
Why do you stay on the suspension of student politics on the campus?
On that note, students' politics has been one of the growth of has been one of the growth at the University of Liberia. Okay, now I would denounce violence at any day. I hate violence. You can protest, you can demand your rights to be heard, you can push the agenda. Again, I just confirm to you, I support the sustainable growth and development of the university, even if it comes from PROSAC or from SUD.
Under Mampanya, student politics have been suspended.
But on the issue, like on the issue of you going to protest and you are breaking homes or you are destroying land and property, I will not support that. But I think student politics should maintain. The only thing I believe should happen is that the president of the University of Liberia—
So you disagree with Mampanya on that?
Of course, you should maintain it, but then call them to order. Make sure that security checkpoints are erected.
Okay, so the Secretary General of SUP
with them and then have a conversation.
Let's hear the Secretary General of SUP, Comrade Audacious Moba. You're live. I believe you've listened to the Secretary General, Assistant Secretary General of the Adjunct Faculty Association of the University of Liberia. How do you respond?
Thank you so much for having me on the show, Progressive Journalist Sherry, and we want to greet all students of the University of Liberia as well as militants of the Student Unification Party. Yeah, there are a series of issues affecting the students, because we have been concerned about the students, not only the students, but also the faculty of the University of Liberia. And I managed to listen to a group. I think it was yesterday, we saw a communication from a group called a joint faculty, and they were saying that they are returning to class. And in spite of all these conditions we have been raising, in fact, the University Faculty Association that we are aware of, that we have been contacting, ensuring that they can go back to classes, because we are concerned about school opening. And we believe that some of the counts and concerns raised by OPA, these are legitimate concerns, and I don't believe that we must consistently have to protest before these things are addressed. And it's unfortunate that we have a prof, I don't know, the instructor in studio making it to look like he's the now PRO for the administration of the University of Liberia. You issue a statement that school opens morning, but now go on the campuses. It's like a ghost camp. There is no teacher. No one is teaching. We must address the fact and start politicizing the university. The fact that you would avoid the legitimate concern of offer not wanting to negotiate with them and forming a parallel group in the name of returning to classes, it just makes things worse. They intended to address it. And that is why we are saying my parents should leave the university, because there is someone who came to the university with the expectation that she's going to work with everyone collectively. She has divided the university to the extent that she does not even listen to anyone. We the students are breaking
your call from Mampanya resignation is premature because she's just beginning the process. It's too early.
Forget about it. It's not early. Mampanya have made 7 months as president. Here's the thing. This president informed us that she had 100 days deliverables, and in 100 days, there were a series of council letters that were addressed in 100 days. After 100 days, we have yet to see any concrete outcome. Mampanya has diverted from the basic needs and necessities of the students. Do you know that the president is intending to hire about 50 close usage employees from close usage projects? These people are already being
Okay.
About 28 new professors have been employed to the university. Where you have here studying is having employed full time. His talent, according to raising issues. Your police were dismissed. You are yet to raise concern about that. We have been calling for the report that informed the president's decision to dismiss 8 employees of the university. You are not concerned. We believe that your motive is selfish. It's not intended to solve any issue but to create more chaos on the campus. The campus is very, very empty right now. You are not teaching, but you told us that school office money. This hypocrisy is a breach of leadership. My friend has failed to manage the affairs of the university. He was leaked.
And that's the question. So lastly, Mr. Secretary General, are you aware that based on the release from the University Authority, you are only allowed to do politics outside, but not on the university campus? Where do SUP stands on that?
The issue of politics being banned is a long-standing issue. I don't know why an illegitimate board trustee would come back and quickly address the issue of
illegitimate board trustee? What do you mean by that?
The board trustee is illegitimate. Batikwa is not a clear board trustee. Do you know that there are statutory position on the board trustee? That board needs to be reconstituted. Okay. And these are some of our concerns. He's no longer studying the same education.
So are you going to adhere to? Are you going to adhere? Are you going to adhere to the release, the mandate?
The matter of fact, the issue of suspension of power has nothing to do with the student unification party. We will continue to agitate and inform the people of what affecting the students. That decision for NIMI or Batikwa is illegal, and his attempt to threaten suspension of students will be marked by research. We will not say that one Batikwa and Baka be making the country look like it's a farm. You cannot subject students to your corporate. Students have the right to raise issues and protesting according to the Constitution. You don't use intimidation. We believe my friend has failed. You are politicized in your body. She is corrupt. She is unable to mind her affairs. She must leave now.
Okay, she must leave now. Thank you very much. So let's hear what Prosa thinks to his chairman. It's important that then we'll come to our studio guest to give his own assessment of these different student leadership positions. Then we go and take calls and be out of here. Justin, good morning. You're live. And of course, you've listened to the Assistant Secretary of the Adjunct Faculty Association of the University of Liberia. From the perspective of Prosa, how do you respond?
Yes, certainly I must say good morning, Abu, and good morning to the Liberian people and to the conscious students of the University of New York. And the first thing I want to say here to you, Abu, you know, when we are taking positions or something new, especially when it comes to the issue of the university, when we are taking positions from various student movement or student movements, I think it's fair enough that we try to take position on the basis of the leadership of the president. The fact that you take the position from the secretary, of school, now you take over in the government campus with the chairman of school.
No, it's not anything like that, right? It's over accessibility. I tried the chairman number, I didn't go, so because I already informed her how to get him to come and talk.
Yes, so importantly, Abu, to let learn our thoughts on the current week at the university. The first thing we want to see is, for the angle of our party, our basic interest we expect is to ensure that the students return to classes.
Okay.
And from all indications, we can clearly say here, Abu, that there are some issues that are still not being resolved. Because I listen to the AFG of the Adjunct Faculty Association, and I also listen to the recording that you play.
Okay.
Where people trying to even question the legitimacy of this group. So we think that there is still a scope. And I said this, and from the angle of party, we consistently say that if there's any issue at the university, the students cannot be the victim. Students have sat down for too long and they want to return to classes, they want to continue the academic program.
Okay.
They listen to the faculty association point and they were clear the way from
So do you support the resumption of classes today?
Of course, we support the resumption of classes.
Even though you have made that there are issues, there are standing issues.
I will the 10 year is right here was doing. But as always, at every given point in time, when it is necessary for classes to resume, we will support the resumption of classes, and nothing should hinder students from having access to is to solve academic learning process at the same university. So support students being in the same classes, we support that the resumption of classes that students should take in class, we support that.
Has the employer lived up to expectations for you?
And we want to be very clear in terms of what the president and the government have lived up to expectations. We are clear with the president. The reason why we should got appointed, we had an appointed meeting with the president. And in that meeting, as the chairman of the party, I was very clear with the president. I said, I can understand the excitement and I can see through you that probably you have some level of passion based on your own experience, international experience. And what I can say to you is that the university is confronted with a series of issues. So if you want to resolve those issues, it means that you should take your feet down to the ground and start a report engagement that will be on the results. But now, we should not be having conversation. The conversation of people in university building, hardware, renovation, these are actually debates. We cannot be having a conversation. And that's the reason
and after 7 months, Mampire has made no impact on those arcade debates.
And that's the reason why Abu, for all of our institutions, we have always offered critique. And this past time, our institution have held press conferences, we appear on different radio stations, we even appear on your radio station, to be very clear that the president of the University of Liberia has the authority to ensure that our university is performed. So the fact that she has spent 7 months, and we clear the bill that the project at the university is not full speed. And Dr. Mapaya, now she's in the position of president of the university, she must double her effort. She has a relationship with the president of the Republic who is the visitor of the university.
So the counterpart is saying she should resign. Do you agree? Or you think she should?
The first thing I'll tell you.
Okay. The last point I wanted to quiz my man. But this is it.
So you heard it for yourself now. So I keep saying this. At the campuses of the University of Liberia, we from the adjunct faculty.
So disagree with you.
I agree.
In your position.
Because SUB has her own issues. And I just told you clearly, the issues raised by SUB are legitimate issues. The issues raised by PROSA are also legitimate issues. Now, the issue raised by the student community should be the number one legitimate concern. Have you not wonder or feel sorry for 30-year-old teachers in one PhD degree? Are you not sad that a 45-year-old man will still
so because of that, it says on the writing?
No, that is not my point. My point is,
what's the point?
The idea of delaying for educational procedures and their own educational trajectory in our country is.
Who do you blame for that?
Not over to you. I blame the Ministry of Finance. Disburse the money when.
Ministry of Finance, I'm talking about you and the Ministry of Finance.
Because the
Ministry of Finance running here.
The president who is supporting the budget of the year.
We're talking about the money, the administration running of the university.
You need money. You need finance to do all of the.
And who responsibility is it to make the case? Don't they go for budget hearing?
All of the concerns. So the same budget hearing that they went for, they requested 1 million was omitted from it.
And so who's responsible for that?
So who omitted the money?
They should be asking the question.
No, you should be asking the question because you are a journalist also. So the money was omitted. It was not provided for the state renovation that SUB is not talking about.
So why were they tightly all along, even when the student raised issue before they said they didn't receive their money?
No, I'm not going to speak to that because again, it's just
no. But you are shifting blame to the finance
because there were legitimate concerns and discussion.
Okay, let's go to the phone lines. His name is Josh Tingman. And of course, he's been our guest 0776 104 104 086 500 104. The numbers to call, and of course, you'll be live on the conversation this morning at 0776 104 104 086 500 104. The numbers. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, this call is now ready. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 are the numbers to call. Matters of the University of Liberia should be very, very important to each of us because, look, this is where the future generation of this country are supposed to be prepared, groomed, and, of course, ready to take over and to take charge of governance and leadership in the country. So when our students are supposed to be talking about probably preparing for graduations, and every now and then we got to be complaining about when school is going to open, whether school should open now or school should open later, and all of the other issues that are there becomes a national concern. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 886 500 104. We are on the radio. Okay. So, George, while we are waiting, cause let's continue with that point.
So, so thank you. So, my concern as an individual, not even as a member of the adjunct faculty, as an individual, is simple. The University of Liberia campus to be reopened for students to start in as much as issues raised by adjunct faculty and faculty members are being resolved, are being discussed. People should go back to school. Our children, our brothers and sisters, some of them 10, 40 years old without a bachelor degree, who really want to go to school. But because of this over delay, protestation and long-standing issues at the University of Liberia will make them to stay away from classes. Now, my question to every other group is, if the University of Liberia coming to say, okay, we have designated VS high school, or 102, 103, going up to certain level to go there until we can renovate the campus. Well, they not go. The students are willing to go. They are willing to go anywhere to acquire education the best way possible. So that is my concern. So our concern, in as much as it has been addressed and has been addressed by 50%, we are also willing to sit back and wait until the university can get to ourselves and pay us our money. We are not being paid fully. We are being paid, partly 50%. So we too have concerns. Well, we are saying no. Our concerns are not above the entire interest of the country. The children need to go to school. So why can't they go? So we are willing to sacrifice, and students are willing to go to school. So I think my call, and I believe
so you're actually sacrificial.
Of course, definitely, because the issue at the university, the issue that have been raised now under this current president started 2012. It did not start now. She has, thank God, SG just confirmed that she has been in power for 7 months. So are you saying the holistic change that she can bring up for sustainable growth, we should overlook them, the air count that she was talking about? Do you know, do you know that
her proposal for change, who developed it? It was herself. She knew the conditions, she knew the reality, and she proposed that in 100 days you're going to do X, Y, and Z. So she fails on that. She will blame the historical challenges.
So then it makes me think that some of the journalists did not actually follow her presentation when she was at the Senate, because she was equally and guilt. So there are issues that she raised for which for 100 days deliverable were not met. Now, I don't know.
And to you, for general excuses.
To me, they were all in line with. I keep saying there are issues with the provision of funds. The president keeps saying if these funds, and I tell you for free, if the funds were provided to all when requested, the issue of adjunct faculty, talking about the million salary was not going to come about.
So why do you think the government keeps holding back and not releasing the funds?
I don't know. That is.
What do you think?
I think the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Finance, have their own reasons not to prioritize education, not to support the developmental growth of our young people. I think they have their own personal, because if our president is so careful and is so concerned about promoting educational activities in our country, he will support the agenda of our president. And this is a president that he made so many nice remarks about, that she has a vision and she will transform this university. And for me, from my point of view, I have seen it because of the different level of changes that she is pushing at the university. And I want these things to be done. You can't go to the University of Liberia to go sign contract. And then they don't give you copy of the contract. Human resources telling you, say, there is no copy for you. Many of my colleagues, almost 90% of them, they went without a copy of their contract. It means, in the long run, in the event that you don't get paid, there are no legitimate documents to even prove It was just that some of us were very smart. We used our smartphone to take picture of our contract. So these are systemic policies that need to be reviewed at the University of Liberia.
So what's the reform that Mampana is putting into place?
That's the reason why she has called for audits. Audits is currently going on at the Human Resource Department, at the Finance Department. Hair count is being conducted by the General Auditing Commission. So why can't we wait for the outcome of these things and support the sustainable change that is going to come out of it? It is at that point, and when after that has been done, then we from school, from ProSA, from the student community, from iJohn faculty, from faculty, we can say, okay, she assumed all of the money that she requested from the university to carry on these changes, and nothing to there is no reform. On this note, Dr. Mampaya, you need to leave, you need to step down. That is my legitimate cause. That is my concern. That's how I see it. And that is my own individual opinion, not as an assistant secretary general for the iJohn.
So you think other people will receive all of their requested money?
I think the situation has been like this for a very long time. The slow response to issues affecting the University of Liberia by the government of Liberia. It's like the government keeps shooting themselves.
Okay, so let me squeeze this one call and then I'll be out of there. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Quickly. Good morning. Okay, so this call is not ready, but we gotta go, man. Time is fast spent.
So thank you, Abu. So before we close, let me say this in passing. We have received calls, and I didn't want to say this until we.
Sorry, gentlemen, I'm not taking calls again, so we are already good.
So we have started receiving calls. Members of the iJohn faculties have been threatened by faculty members or full-time employees who are chairpersons of departments at the University of Liberia. Some of them, they are taking courses from them. They say because they don't support the faculty decision to protest. Now, we will say this. If these issues persist and continue, we will document all of the fights and go to the Board of Trustees for another meeting. And we know and we believe that the issues affecting iJohn as the same issue because we are all people without blood. If I'm angry and I speak and argue that I want my money that I work for, you can't pay me, well, because you want to support your cause and I'm not supporting it, so you will take courses away from me and you will threaten my life, then we will say that the Board of Trustees and President of the University of Liberia will receive all of these documentaries that we will send them and we will ensure that the University of Liberia gets better.
So you're returning to class and your courses are going to be taken away from you. So which class you going?
Some of our colleagues.
But that's what I'm saying.
They have been threatened only because they stood up. They are part of the association. How can you do that? It means you don't believe in growth. It means you don't believe in sustainable development and you don't believe in free speech.
Okay.
Because if you do, you will only do that. And for this, we can say to you that we will represent our colleagues. We will meet with the president of the university and the Board of Trustees. We will make sure that these issues will be raised and that they will be dealt with and sorted out in the soonest possible time.
Thank you very kindly. His name is Josh Menger, and of course, he's been our guest here on the final lap of the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. And this is how we like to go home on the Monday morning edition of the nation's premier breakfast platform. Tomorrow we're going to be here, and of course, we're going to be discussing, among many things, the alleged rape involving Deputy Minister of Youth and Sport. So join us tomorrow for breakfast. Hey, we gotta go.
Most definitely, and we'll be here tomorrow. As a matter of fact, Champions League return, but unfortunately, Abu is far from that. He can't see anything into that regard. So, but yes.
Okay, so I will be supporting Real Madrid. So I will still have something to say in it. Have a good day and bye bye.